Hello and welcome back to SHS Today. I'm Joe Dabrocki and joining me at the desk today is Tyler Kuzleka.
We have a great first show today. Dean Dennis is now Principal Dennis. The COVID protocols here at school have changed. The morning snack bar has been replaced by snack carts. There will be a CTE spotlight, a new music review, and a check-in with the nursing staff.
But first, Tyler, Gabby, and I got to know our new deans.
Hi, I'm Tyler Kuzleka, and this week, Gabby, Joe, and I sat down to talk to the two new deans at Salem High School. Enjoy.
My full name, my actual name is Nathan Cooper. Most know me as Dean Cooper. I live in Manchester, New Hampshire, so up 93, not far. Before coming to Salem, I worked at Campbell High School in Litchfield, New Hampshire. Everyone has been extremely helpful, has been extremely nice. The adults, the students, I've really felt welcomed in a short amount of time. And this is my first time in an administrative role. You know, I had been the head of the social studies department over in Litchfield, but I didn't oversee staff. I didn't oversee student discipline other than within my own classrooms. I'm excited to experience sort of the buzz of a much larger school. It could get quiet at times, you know, at Campbell. I hope I can be a valuable asset here at Salem, so that's about it.
My name is Kristen Perrin. I myself went to Londonderry High School, and I am coming from 12 years at Pinkerton Academy. I feel like everybody here is really helpful and super supportive. I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of students already because of activities, clubs, and sports. So I feel like it's a really positive start to the school year so far. Last year I worked with administration at my old school, but this is my first year kind of in the dean position. So one of the cool things about what I'm doing as a dean is I'm involved with activities and clubs. I get to meet with all the different offices and advisors and students in the clubs. So I'm kind of excited to just see how it all works and to get started with the events and bring it back to how it should be. I'm excited to work with all of you. I haven't met everybody yet, but I really look forward to kind of making this a great experience for everybody.
Thank you for watching our news segment, and now back to myself. Thanks, me.
It was so great to be able to sit down with the both of them.
Moving in the same direction here, Abby, Cam, and Ari got the scoop on Principal Dennis and his plans for the school year.
Hi, my name is Ariana Cabrera from SHS Today, reporting from outside the main office at Salem High School. I am here today to discuss with some students as well as Dean Dennis about his transition from dean to principal this school year.
Like many positions, through any employer, you have to go through an interview process, and ultimately I was grateful and fortunate to be their choice.
You know, it's definitely a change, but I feel like he's going to do a great job being the new principal now that he has experience from being the dean.
I think it's cool. You know, I talked to him last year for some things. I think even though I'm going to miss Miss Collier, I think he's going to do a good job.
The plans that I have for this year is really to focus on community and spirit within the school. So building community, looking for opportunities within classrooms for students to get to know one another, get to know their teacher. Those are really the big goals that I have for the first year.
I hope he improves like the overall like school community, because I know like we had some issues in the past with some situations, so hopefully that.
Less strict of a dress code.
Yeah, and have it more gender neutral, because right now it seems mainly aimed at females.
I think we need more inclusivity and people feeling welcomed.
I am looking forward to just simply the year one to unfold. I'm looking forward to remaining in school, not worrying about remote learning. I'm just excited about the opportunity with students being here, working with staff, seeing the activities, hoping that we can go through from the beginning of the year to the end of the year with all activities and students be able to participate in all those activities.
Well, we'll miss Miss Collier, but we're excited for the new change.
Yeah, I think Principal Dennis will fulfill the role well.
It was great to hear from students and Principal Dennis himself about his new position. Everyone here at Salem High seems to be very excited about this upcoming school year. My name is Ariana Cabrera from SHS Today, signing off.
It's always exciting to see some changes in the district.
Next, Savannah, Mila, and Kayla got all the details on the updated COVID protocols for this school year.
Hello, I'm Mila Savino, and I will be discussing COVID protocol changes. We interviewed Dean LaPointe and asked people around the building about their opinions of the change. Here is our interview with Dean LaPointe.
Was anything that was done last year unsuccessful?
I don't think so. And if it was, I wasn't aware of it. We were in school for the entire year except for those 2 weeks. But comparatively speaking, I think everything went really well.
What do you hope will be effective this year?
I'm hoping to go to more sports games. I'm hoping to go to more club activities. I'm hoping to go to more of the extracurriculars. Since a lot of things have changed this year with our COVID protocols, we are opening up the doors for new things to come back into play. And being that this is my second year, there are still a lot of things at Salem that I haven't gotten to experience yet.
Thank you, Ms. LaPointe. And now we're moving on to the students, where we asked what their thoughts were on the changes.
I think it's an improvement, honestly. Like, last year I could not stand the shields at all. I could not stand trying to watch a video in class, or if they show something on the projector or anything like that, and the next thing you see a reflection of the window. But besides that, I didn't really care that much if there was masks or not, but I'd say it's an improvement just not having the shields and, the desks being a bit closer and stuff.
I do think it's a lot better. Last year, a lot of people were just very, anti-mask. I mean, people are still anti-mask to this day. I think it's a lot better now that we're able to have more freedom with how the mask thing. I just think it's a lot better than last year, but then again, COVID is also a lot better than it was last year.
Thank you to those students as well. As a wrap-up, make sure to wear your mask when needed and stay safe.
It seems this school year will surely be a lot different from last year.
You could say that again. One more change from years past is the closure of the morning snack bar. There are now snack carts in the halls before school and between blocks 1 and 2. Matt and Angel spoke to the new food service director to get more information on the subject.
This is Matt Hannon from SHS Today. As you know, there is no snack bar this year during class time, so we asked some staff and some students their thoughts on this matter.
Snack bar wasn't actually taken away. We made a conscious decision with the administration of the high school to reduce the hours of the snack bar so that kids could spend more time in classes and students could focus more on their studies where they should be. We are actually providing the same types of foods that are available for breakfast at breakfast time, and then also at carts throughout the school at the 9 o'clock break. That would have to be a discussion with the administration of the high school, so I'd have to speak with Principal Dennis to decide if we were going to actually reinstitute opening up the snack bar during class time, but right now I don't foresee that happening. I think it's something that avoids disruptions in the classroom and keeps students on task as far as what they need to complete in that time. They have everything that we would provide for a breakfast meal on the snack carts. The snack bar itself isn't technically open until after lunchtime and then after school. This year, Salem High School has actually switched back to being on the National School Lunch Program, which means healthier choices for students. We're also going to try to add in some variety. We've been very restricted by how we've had to serve because of COVID. But this year we're hoping to open it up and be able to provide some more interesting meals, as well as make some healthier choices, avoiding the fried foods, that type of thing. Keeping kids involved in it because we are actually offering free lunch again this year and free breakfast again this year for all students for their first meal for that time period, whether it be breakfast or lunch. So we'd like input from the students as well as what they like, what they don't like, what they'd like to see, and we'll be doing different things throughout the year to get input from the students.
I know it is more convenient for the CTE sending students as they don't have to walk all the way to the cafe when they get here in the morning.
Speaking of CTE students, Joey and Zach have put the CTE spotlight on Auto Tech this week.
All right, this on CTE Spotlight, we're doing automotive. Let's go.
I took it again to increase my automotive skills and become a better tech. I already work for Toyota.
I'm looking forward to learn more about, to learn more about working on cars and stuff I don't typically do on the regular.
different, bigger jobs other than just doing an oil change as I'm doing at my current work. I would like to learn more about being a better tech and more in service and parts.
Looking forward to learning more about all of the systems and what's involved with them. Things like AC, learn more about engines, how they work, how to repair them, how to diagnose.
Teachers and students are more comfortable with us working on their vehicles now. I think that they know we have pretty good safety measures in place, so provided that continues, I think our shop will stay busy. Usually what we ask is they come down here and make an appointment with us. They shoot us an email or they talk with one of the students that's in our program. And yeah, any student or staff member within the building, we work on their vehicles.
We want to thank the automotive program for inviting us down. And you heard it here first. If you need some work on your car, come on down, shoot them an email. And yeah, thank you for watching.
Wow, that seems like hard work, but it sure seems like the students enjoy it.
Next up, we know you missed it. Jared and Connor are back with an SHS music review. You guys should go listen to that.
Hi, welcome to SHS Music Review. We talk about music albums and review them. For the albums we were reviewing today, I would have warranted it anyway, as getting opinions on them definitely would need other people's opinions to really truly form our own.
Before we review anything, we are going to interview two people about the albums that we were talking about today. Donda by Kanye West and Certified Lover Boy by Drake. We are now going to interview these people to see why they think which album is better.
Please don't ask again.
I like some of the songs. I think Off the Grid is some of his best work in years. Hurricane, Praise God, so many good songs on that record. But with the flaws, the downsides in my opinion, they feel a bit inconsistent. Like there could be song runs where you have, for example, the songs Junior, Believe What I Say, and 24 back to back. Although they also sound unfinished and sometimes, despite having some explicit bars, they're literally censored out and it makes it such an awkward listen. So with Certified Lover Boy, I mean, I guess we could start with the horrendous cover art. I don't get the meaning of it. It's 12 pregnant women emojis. Kanye West as a person, I mean, he has definitely done some questionable things, especially recently. He used to be a really good rapper, I guess. I can't say much about him as a person.
Overall, I think that it's a great album. I think that the features are fantastic. I think that overall it's really good. What I don't like is the fact that sometimes the songs can get, a little repetitive. Sometimes it can just get, he's talking about the same thing over and over. But overall, I really did enjoy the album, and I think that everyone that he worked with, Travis Scott, Jay-Z, I think that they all did a fantastic job in the album. I just feel like for a while now, Kanye hasn't been the same. He had Graduation, he had some great songs like in the early 2000s, and I feel like he's slowly starting to get back to that point, but it's still, it's still not what he used to make. So, but again, the album has a great message. It was about his mom who had passed away a few years ago, but I just feel like we just need to get back to how Kanye was in, like the early 2000s. I do prefer CLB over Donda, but I listened to both albums. I think they were both great, and if I had to choose, I'd probably choose Certified Lover Boy. But yeah, I think that they're both fantastic, and no matter what happens, you gotta respect them both. You know what I mean? They both make great music. They both have made great music, and I think that they're gonna, keep making great music.
Donda by Kanye West is the heavily delayed yet heavily anticipated release of his 10th studio LP, released on August 29th of 2021, to a mixed but positive praise. The songs on the album range from industrial indie feelings to a more gospel and Christian-like choir tune, leaving an overall range of different and unique songs in what is Kanye's longest LP to date. The positives for this album are the overall tone of the songs and lyrics, and how it feels and sounds much better compared to the heavily mixed Jesus is King. The negatives, however, are that around 40% of the songs feel unfinished and are overall either too long in instrumentals or feel like they weren't ready for retail. However, this album overall is a very good listen and I highly recommend it. Before its release, Kanye did some live listening parties, even at one point setting himself on fire and walking out of the replica of his childhood home, which is interesting. But overall, Donda is a pleasing experience and a great tribute to his late mother. I give it 8 out of 10 on my part.
Certified Lover Boy by
Wait, that's the wrong cover. Certified Lover Boy by Drake is the man's long-awaited 7th full-length LP. Like Kanye's release, this album is very long, and if so, how is it? Well, the first track's pretty good. It goes for a bit long, but the Chipmunk soul influences work well. And the next track, which has a similar vibe, and then the next track, the beats are nice, but I swear the bars on here are the exact same that Drizzy has spit since at least Take Care. I think that we should talk about the positives now. Like I said, first 2 tracks pretty alright. The features on here are great in my opinion. Sometimes they carry the song. The Kid Cudi feature on IMY2 is great. So to be nice, I'll just give this a 5 out of 10. It's kind of enjoyable, but it felt very samey.
You should go listen to that right now.
To close out the show, Ryan and Toby sat down with our nursing staff to find out how COVID has changed their jobs over the past 2 years.
It's changed the way we do things here at Salem High School. So last year, if you were here, you know that the teachers had to call us prior to sending a student down to our office. We continue to isolate sick kids in the isolation room, and there are lots of changes in our protocols that we didn't have prior to COVID. So we have a lot more communication with teachers, with administrators, with parents. We're actually doing rapid COVID testing here now at the high school for symptomatic kids, so that's changed things. So it's become more, definitely more clinical than it had been in the past. It hasn't gotten any easier. If anything, the cases are going up in New Hampshire, and because a lot of kids still haven't been vaccinated, and the Delta variant is hitting this particular age group, it's gotten more difficult. We always have a mask. We have our masks on. I don't at the moment because we're more than 3 feet apart, and it's hard to do an interview with a mask on, but keep our masks on. We encourage everyone to stay home if they're not feeling well. Don't come to school if you're not feeling well. I would do the same, not come to school if I'm not feeling well. Lots of rest, good eating habits, good hand washing, good hygiene, and mask wearing. It's all critical.
Did the number of kids coming into the nurse's office increase when COVID happened?
Actually, it was fewer last year because it was only kids who sort of was an emergent type of situation last year. This year we're seeing the same amount of kids we had seen in past years. So it's increasing this year, yes.
Have the new restrictions regarding COVID changed how you help students who come into your office?
Yes, 100%. Again, because I mentioned that we can do some rapid testing here. So when kids come in and become symptomatic during the school day, we can rapid test them in order to keep them from having to go home and isolate for 10 days and get COVID tested on their own. So we are treating every symptom as a potential COVID symptom because it's so variable. So that has changed the way we, typically we would look at a kid and figure they had a cold, maybe some allergy, something along those lines, see if we could get them through the day. But now we treat every symptom as a potential COVID symptom, so that's changed the way that we are treating kids in the office.
We are appreciative of everything the nursing staff has done for the school. Thank you all.
All right, that's all we have time for you for today. I'm Tyler Kisleka.
And I'm Joe Dabrocki. And this has
been SHS Today.